Well, we've got Arkansas facing Notre Dame at Arkansas. Notre Dame coming down to Arkansas is an interesting game. This is going to see a full stadium, but at the same time, it is a must win for both teams. Marcus Freeman has a losing record as of the start of this season. He is 1-2. The only team he's beat is a Purdue Boilermakers team that honestly is a somewhat okay team, but not really. Arkansas just got beat in Memphis by the Memphis Tigers. Let me tell you something, that ain't good. Plus, he got beat by Ole Miss. Hey, Ole Miss is looking like a legit team. He's only been able to beat Arkansas State convincingly and Alabama A&M, an FCS team. Memphis is a legit team. Memphis is a legit team, whether you know it or not. Oh, but they're a group of five school. I hate to tell you this, but Memphis is not just a group of five school. They're working to make themselves presentable to be the group of five representative. They aren't a slacker team. Now, the Miami loss was really close. The Texas A&M game was really close. Now they went to Miami, but that Texas A&M loss, that is not good. That was at home. And then the Purdue game, it was somewhat convincing, but the defense for Notre Dame has not been good this season. The defense for Arkansas has not been good this season. To be honest with you, Bobby Petrino and Marcus Freeman are the two best coaches going into this game, and one is an offensive coordinator. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I'm looking at this game a little bit differently. I really am. Arkansas fans, Notre Dame fans, I don't think you're necessarily going to understand what I'm about to tell you about these two teams. But at the same time, it's got to be played on the field in Arkansas. And there may be some facts that come, or there may be some things that are done on this so that somebody becomes the head coach that may determine the outcome. But X's and O's, we're going to go with that right now. If you love you some college football, hit like and subscribe. I do college sports. I don't do recruiting. I don't do transfer portals unless it's just something that's really big news, like the whole Tennessee Nico Iamaleava thing. I'm a Tennessee fanatic, but hit like and subscribe. You'll enjoy the college stuff, and I'm going to get away from the pro stuff. So let's get into this. Hey folks, this is Paul with Redneck Sports. I want to thank you for viewing my video. And I want to give you one thought process. There was a famous coach at the University of Tennessee by the name of General Robert Neyland. He had 6 maxims, but number 2 maxim is what everybody should apply to their life. Play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That's how to live your life right there. Now, for Notre Dame, on the offense, C.J. Carr, their QB1. 49 of 74, so he's at 66.2 completion rate, 737 yards through the air, 5 TDs, 2 interceptions, though, 6 sacks. That offensive line is not doing him any favors right now. 2 sacks per game average. Kenny Mitchell, his backup, 7 of 8, 87.5% completion rate, no touchdowns, no interceptions, just 58 yards through the air. Jeremiah Love, 52 carries, 284 yards, 46-yard long, 3 touchdowns. Jadarian Price, who not many people are actually talking about, 27 carries, 187 yards, 5 touchdowns. And C.J. Carr, 16 carries, only got 1 yard in there, even though he's got a 13-yard long. He's got a touchdown. 9 touchdowns on the ground. Through the air, Malachi Fields, 10 for 203, 1 touchdown. Jordan Faison, 12 for 155, 2 touchdowns. Jeremiah Love has caught 8 for 79 yards, 1 touchdown. Micah Gilbert, 4 for 54, 1 touchdown. So they've only got 5 through the air. They're really not doing all that good through the air. Now, on defense, they've only sacked the opposing quarterback 3 times. Think about that. This defense is not getting to the opposing quarterback. They got 13 pass deflections. That's a decent number. They got 3 interceptions. Not bad. And they got 1 forced fumble. Drake Bowen has got 15 tackles. Jalen Stroman, a safety. I've talked about this. Safety, them being able to get into the thing, but then again, though, he's only got 15 tackles. Think about that. 15 tackles, most of their top players have got. He's got 1 pass deflection. This is a defense that isn't getting the job done. There are only 3 sacks on opposing quarterbacks in 3 games against Purdue. Okay, Miami and Texas A&M, but still. But at least they're able to do something decent in the secondary. They're able to guard against the pass. But still, they're getting beat. You saw what happened against Texas A&M. You saw what happened against Miami. No, they held Miami pretty closely. And Purdue was still able to score 30 on this defense. Think about that. They scored 56, but yeah, you got they were scored on by 30 points. Christian Gray's got is a cornerback that got an interception. This is a everything's looking a little lackluster. Now it could be the competition that they face, but when they face the good ones, they haven't been able to do much. Now the Razorbacks, Taylor Green, amazing quarterback for what he's dealing with. 81 of 126, 64.3 completion rate, 1,191 yards. That's not bad. 4 games, 1,191 yards. Thrown 12 TDs, 4 interceptions though, but only been sacked 3 times. Now, the 4 interceptions with 12 TDs, little odd. KJ Jackson, 5 of 7. He threw a touchdown. Now, Taylor Green has rushed 44 times, 360 yards, got 2 touchdowns. Mike Washington, 46 carries, 330 yards, 4 touchdowns. Braylon Russell, 29 for 150, 3 touchdowns. KJ Jackson, 3 for 21, 1 touchdown. Rohan Jones, tight end, 1 for 5, touchdown. So 11 touchdowns on the ground. So they're able to get through, so they can get through to the secondary. Receiving, Omega Blake, 24 catches, 326 yards, 3 touchdowns. Rohan Jones, the tight end, 5 for 197, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Brown, 11 for 156, 2 touchdowns. CJ Brown, 11 for 142, 2 touchdowns. Braylon Sharp, 9 for 131, 2 touchdowns. Mike Washington, running back, 6 for 93, a touchdown. Andre Pass, tight end, 2 for 19, a touchdown. So they got 13 through the air, 11 on the ground. This is an offense that has many weapons, and they know how to get through to that secondary. So you're going to be busting through. They're used to busting through lines. And they're able to, if you're blocking the run game, they've got weapons outside of that. Defense, they've been able to get to the opposing quarterback 10 times. 10 sacks for this team. That's not bad. 4 interceptions, 15 pass deflections, 4 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries. Their leading tackler's got 29 tackles. And this isn't even a good defense for Arkansas. Got half a sack, got an interception, forced fumble. And he's a linebacker. Stephen Dix, linebacker, 26 tackles. Julian Neal, 22 tackles, 4 pass deflections, 2 interceptions. Think about that. Julian Neal, defensive backs, got 4 pass deflections and 2 interceptions. He's able to get to the ball. Larry Worth, 19 tackles, pass deflection. In other words, they even though this is considered a bad defense, they're able to interrupt a lot of things. This is an offense. Yes, Arkansas State was a wash, but when you're taking a look at this, they still scored 35 against Ole Miss. Memphis was a 31 point. They still scored 31 points. It took everything that Memphis had to win that game. People keep going, well, it's the group of five school. Memphis is no joke. Ryan Silverfield is a no joke coach. This offense can score. This defense is showing some weaknesses, though. Ole Miss scored 41. Wait a minute. 41. That Ole Miss offense, Trinidad Chambliss. This is a defense that it had to hold them to 41. Memphis, they held them to 32. Y'all want to keep going on about Memphis being a group of five school. AAC is a dominant. I would even put it up against any ACC team except for maybe FSU Miami. This is a dominant group of five conference. I'd say this year between them and the Mountain West, they're better. So yeah, Memphis is one of those teams that people sleep on way too much. This is not a bad Arkansas team. It's just not a good one. Now look, Sam Pittman is one of the better Arkansas coaches of all time. Whether you agree with that statement or not, it's the truth. He really is one of the best Arkansas coaches of all time. He has done bad when it comes to the SEC lately. Notre Dame this year hasn't been able to score worth the flip. They haven't had much of a run game. They haven't had much of a pass game. Their defense, by the numbers, isn't that good, and it's shown. Yes, they held Miami to what they did, but look what they had to do against Texas A&M and still came up short. Kalen Green can score. This defense is an SEC defense, even though it's not an elite SEC defense. I wouldn't even say that it's in the top 6 SEC teams when it comes to defense. But it's still an SEC defense that can handle SEC teams. Not very well, but it's still something there. In all honesty, Sam Pittman is going to be doing the coaching job of his life. Bobby Petrino is, I can't imagine that Bobby Petrino is going to stab Sam Pittman in the back. Sam Pittman gave him opportunities, gave him a massive opportunity. Now, Marcus Freeman is a really good coach, but I think that this season he's not got the players for his kind of way. CJ Carr is not coming up the way that I can imagine that he thought that CJ Carr would do. Jeremiah Love is doing his job. He really is. Jadarian Price doing his job. But this is not the kind of offense that Marcus Freeman was expecting. This defense is not what you would expect from Marcus Freeman. I'm going to say this. I'm not guaranteeing it, but I honestly think that Arkansas can win this game. It is a winnable game for Arkansas as long as everybody is working together, not to keep Sam Pittman's job, but just working together to show that they've learned something from the 2 losses that they've taken and that they're willing to get out there and work as a team. That's my take on it. That I am saying X's and O's. I think right this minute Arkansas is a better team, even though Notre Dame is ranked with a losing record. They're ranked and they have a losing record, and it's Notre Dame. So you tell me what you think. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. I want to thank you for watching my video. And if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, and comment. Y'all have a good day now.